Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. Well, do you remember this camera, the Insta360 One R? It came out in the year 2020 and it took the world by storm. Well, as of today, Insta360 has launched the successor to this camera. It is the Insta360 One RS. Let me tell you about it. Check this out. The product you're going to see in this review is the One RS Twin Edition, which means it comes with two cameras and a camera mount. On the left, you have the Insta360 One R, released in 2020, and on the right, you have the Insta360 One RS, released in 2022. When comparing the size differences between the two cameras, you'll notice that the new model has a larger battery than the previous model. The size of the One RS is pretty much the same as the GoPro Hero 10. You may notice that the GoPro Hero 10 has a front-facing display. However, you can also turn the One RS into a front-facing display, as you see here. To change the One RS display to the front, it's simply a matter of disassembling the camera, turning the display to the orientation you like, and then reassembling the camera. Where the GoPro Hero 10 has an advantage over the One RS is that the display on the rear is rather large compared to that of the One RS. However, in many other categories, the One RS comes out in front, such as it can use a 1-inch sensor Leica camera. More importantly, it can use a 360 camera, which is quite phenomenal in today's modern day filming techniques. The Insta360 One RS is one of the best modular design cameras currently available to the consumer. You can easily switch between any of the available cameras and place those cameras in an orientation in relation to the display in a fashion that you wish. Now, before I show you my video and photo tests, let me show you the interface. Double tap on the screen to go into full screen, then swipe to the right to select the photo or video option you wish. Whatever you select, if you select the bar at the bottom, then you'll get all the settings. Have a look at the top left of the screen as I go through all the photo and video options. One of the amazing things about the new One RS is that everything is controlled by this tiny little unit with a super fast processor in it. I should also mention that my unit came with a 64 gig micro SD card included. In addition, the new camera has a much larger sensor than the previous model, and it can take 48 megapixel photos. Now, cameras such as the 360 model camera and the 1-inch Leica sensor camera, those ones remain the same. They have not changed. In this review, I'm mostly going to focus on the new camera, but I will show the 360 camera. However, I will not show the 1-inch sensor camera. If you want to see that, just watch one of my previous reviews where I attached it to a drone so I could record in 5K and then crop in while I was chasing airplanes. As you can see here, it's really amazing. Also, I am a big fan of the brand new camera mount. I love the way you just slide it in, close the door, and you're all set to go. Please note that during this review, at times I did attach the camera with the new mount to the invisible selfie stick. I also attached the camera with the new mount to my bike helmet and also to a chest harness so that I could get some pretty interesting views. In this first test, I'm checking out the new zoom feature on the camera, and I'm using the Insta360 app on my phone so that I can show you what I'm doing. This way, as I zoom, you can see exactly what's happening. So this is the zoom feature. I just want to see if it loses any image detail as it zooms in and out. And you can select different viewing angles, linear all the way to widescreen, or you can just manually zoom in to any point you wish and see what the resolution looks like and the detail on the screen. Everything looks pretty good to me. One of the new features of the One RS camera is that it now has in-camera stabilization. In the past, you had to take your video and put it into the Insta360 Studio or on your phone in the app to get it to smooth out. Now it's right in the camera, so when you take the file off the camera and hand it to anybody, it is instantly stabilized. Now, a lot of the footage you're seeing here was recorded by taking the One RS and attaching it to my bike helmet and then just pedaling on through the snow and having a great time. Look at this road. It is just filled with ruts with ice. That's solid ice. I'm bouncing all over the place. Look at the shadow. But look at how steady. Look at how steady this is. Now, I also tried recording with the active HDR enabled. It requires a sunny day for it to work perfectly. What it's supposed to do is give you a bit more detail in the shadows. You can see it in some of the videos here where you might see slightly more detail in the shadows. I will say honestly, it was hard to notice a big difference. It's a minor difference, but not a massive difference. And if you want to see what it looks like when driving on smooth pavement, well, there's not very many bumps, so you get an awfully smooth image. Now, I also attached the One RS to a chest cam, which is what most bikers do, especially for mountain biking or competitive biking, because this way it gives you a view of the handlebars, how much they're bouncing, going all over the place, while at the same time the image stays rather stable. As you can see here, the flow state on this camera is quite phenomenal. Have a look at the UPS truck in front of me as both of us are bouncing through this road that is filled with solid ice and lots of ruts. Well, I'm bouncing just as much, but the image is looking quite stable. So now you're wondering how well does it work on a drone? Here I'm placing it on a 7-inch Rotor Riot drone, and just clean off the lens and we'll take it for a flight. Once again, if you leave the flow state on, you do not have to process it later, and this is what you get straight out of the camera. If you turn the flow state off, you can put it in Insta360 Studio and then process it later. The new One RS camera does have horizon leveling, but you must leave it off if you're going to fly FPV, or else you'll never be able to do these little flippy moves. Now, for those of you in the FPV drone hobby, your question is, of course, is this camera better than a GoPro Hero 10 for capturing FPV footage? I'm going to tell you right now, I can't see a difference. Honestly, it's on par with the GoPro Hero 10. It's not better, it's not worse, it's just on par with it. I love this camera because when I'm doing reviews of products, I don't know if you've noticed it in a lot of my videos, I take this lens, the 360 lens, and I stick it on and I put this camera near me, and then I just review the product and then walk around and do my other stuff. And if I need a shot of me from a certain angle, I capture it with this camera. It just captures it because I can just move around in 360 and find myself wherever I might be at that certain moment in time, and I've got the shot. I don't have to have a camera pointing straight at me. And the final thing to mention, if you buy this version with the 2 cameras and the bigger battery and this here little mount and everything else, it's about the same price as a very expensive GoPro Hero 10. So it's reasonably priced. A lot of technology in there, so you get an awful lot for your money. All right, guys, I'm going to put links below to where you can find it. I'm told it's on Amazon as well as the Insta360 site. So hopefully I have all those links below. Go check it out. And if it's a camera you like, then pick yourself one up. And the last thing to say, if I did not mention it in this video, is if you have the older version where I've lost it. Oh, here it is over here. If you have the older version, all these parts are compatible. Yes! So if you have the old model, the Insta360 One R, and you go, well, I'm not going to buy the whole new camera. You don't have to. You can just buy the little lens if you want, or you can buy the brains. If you buy the brains, you have the whole new camera pretty much. But apparently, yeah, everything's compatible. So with all that, I say thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and I'll catch you in future videos with many more cool reviews. Until then, bye!